Welcome to this 2-minute overview of the Spoken Tutorial project. My name is Kannan Moudgalya. Spoken Tutorial is a screencast with running commentary, a recording of a session created for self-learning. We promote FOSS, also useful to bridge digital divide, can be freely downloaded. Let us go to our website. Here is spokentutorial.org. Here is a sample spoken tutorial.
Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to use Record My Desktop.
We now explain the process involved in creating spoken tutorials. We start an outline as shown here. We write the script for each tutorial as shown here. Then we record the script. We have already seen the recording. Then we translate the script as shown here. Then we dub it as shown here.
साइलैब के इस्तेमाल से 2D ग्राफ के अंकन के इस ट्यूटोरियल में आप सबका स्वागत है।
This was a tutorial in Hindi. We will come back to this. Here is the architecture of a spoken tutorial. We conduct workshops using spoken tutorials. Domain experts are not required. Workshops are of 2-hour duration. The students learn at their own speed. They can use a language of their choice. All of them can reach the same level. We have found the workshops to be very effective. These workshops are becoming very popular. We currently conduct 200 workshops a month. Number of confirmed workshops in North, West, East and South. Here is a graph of quarter-wise visits to our website. Let's go back here. We are starting on digital divide tutorials. Here is an example. Welcome to this spoken tutorial on managing train tickets bought at IRCTC. Here is a sample tutorial on first aid. Here is a small girl who is getting attended to for a bruise in her knee. We can create a tutorial that explains how to handle this, dub this into various languages, make it available to every primary healthcare center. These tutorials will be extremely useful to the majority of Indians. This tutorial explains this project in more detail. We have some publications. Who funded us? Thanks for joining.
Welcome everyone to this introductory talk about advantages of FOSS packages and in particular Scilab and Python. Let me introduce myself. I am Madhu Belur. I work in the Control and Computing Group in Department of Electrical Engineering, IIT Bombay. My email addresses and my website are as follows. My website can also be reached like this. This is my website and this is my photograph. Please visit my website and give me suggestions about various things that we consider in this talk. So an outline of my talk is about the National Mission on Education through ICT, about the FOSSI project objectives, about why students should shift to FOSS, why colleges and institutions should shift to FOSS, about advantages of Scilab, Python and some other FOSS packages that we are focusing on here in IIT Bombay, a very brief and quick demo of Scilab and Python, and some information about the activities of the FOSSI project. This presentation can also be found on this particular website. So what is NMEICT? So NMEICT stands for the National Mission on Education through Information and Communication Technology. This mission was launched keeping in mind that information and communication technology strengths are still largely unutilized in education. Hence MHRD launched this mission in February 2009. The mission is very likely to continue in the next planned period also. The FOSSI project is funded by NMEICT, MHRD. The principal investigators are Prabhu Ramchandran from IIT Bombay Aerospace Engineering Department, Mani Bhushan Kannan Moudgalya from Chemical Engineering Department, IIT Bombay, and me from Electrical Engineering Department. FOSSI stands for Free and Open Source Software in Science and Engineering Education. Our project objective is to minimize the use of commercial and proprietary packages in science and engineering curriculum. What are the advantages of FOSS packages? With FOSS packages, users can see and modify the source code, they can redistribute and improve the source code, they can use that FOSS package for any purpose. So in this talk we will use GNU and FOSS interchangeably. For all practical purposes they are the same. There are some very subtle differences in the licensing issues, but then for a layman this doesn't matter. These are very subtle differences. So please understand GNU as synonymous with FOSS. What are some examples of FOSS packages? You would have heard of Linux, GNU Linux. You would have heard of OpenOffice or LibreOffice more recently, LaTeX, Scilab, Python, Sage, Octave. These are all examples of FOSS packages. What are some examples of non-FOSS packages? What are examples of proprietary packages? Microsoft Windows, MS Word, PowerPoint, MATLAB, Borland C. Also Maple, Mathematica. These are also non-FOSS packages. They are proprietary packages. So what is the student's viewpoint about what are the advantages of shifting to FOSS from a student's viewpoint? So I will cover some advantages. First and foremost are opportunities at the placements. Then we will see about some of the freedom that one gets with FOSS packages. It will also mean a more complete learning. With FOSS, because it is free and open source, one can explore and hack. Open source meaning how the program works is all completely available for viewing. The source code that is behind the package is also available. It's also open for modification, open for exploring, open for any modification. The source code is available for modification and use for any other purpose also. We will also see how with FOSS, by contributing, by reporting bugs, for example, any student or non-student can very easily participate in a development community which is truly international. Also, participation in FOSS, using FOSS is very democratic in my opinion. Why? Because there's hardly any prerequisite. What are the prerequisites before anybody can start contributing? You require just an interest, enthusiasm and plain intelligence. One doesn't require to have lots of money to buy these expensive packages. There's no money involved. In fact, it is free and open source. Best thing is one can carry these FOSS packages skills. One can carry the skills acquired on FOSS packages to your home. You can use it on the home computer. These skills will remain with you after you finish college also. They are not, you will not be handicapped by lack of licenses after your college period. Why? Because free and open source packages are available for anybody to use at any place, home, office. As a joke, if you say that you are working from home, one can't doubt it, because if you are using FOSS packages, you easily could have these FOSS packages at your home computer also. But more importantly, one has the flexibility of contributing, working from your home. Why? Because if it is a proprietary package, one requires licenses, and typically only the institution has these licenses. They will be on just a few computers in office or in the college. You cannot very easily have these packages at your home unless, for example, you have pirated versions. Finally, importantly, today it is really cool to work on FOSS packages, to use FOSS packages. It is very uncool to use proprietary package, to use license package. So let us elaborate a little more on the advantages of FOSS skills, the way it looks on your resume from the viewpoint of a recruiter. If a company comes to your campus and is looking for recruiting various people, they see various resumes and what is their view about different things you write on your resume.